Hello, success team. This is week 3. I see everybody jumping on here on the Zoom. Just want to remind people, if you're jumping on the Zoom here, make sure your camera's on. This is a working Zoom, so I want to see like hands if I ask a question, or I might ask you to unmute. So just make sure if you're hopping on the Zoom that you have your camera on. If you can't turn your camera on, you can watch this live in the success team group, and it will be available for replay as well. We are so excited about week 3. We have something new for you guys, a brand new challenge, and we're going to have a winner. I just drew a winner from week 2. And so I'm going to announce that at the end of the Zoom. I am so excited. This week is going to be about samples. And first of all, I really want to give a big shout out and thank you to Tara Eveland, who's on here with us. Hey, Tara. She actually did this whole sample program for us. And I mean, it was not easy, and it was a lot of hard work. And so big shout out to Tara. Thank you, Tara, for taking so much time and commitment to the team and developing this whole sample program that we're going to put out today, along with, we have PDFs, we have pictures, we have all kinds of things for you guys. So you want to make sure that you tag your team in the Live in Success to rewatch this, and they can participate in the challenge this week. And it's just so exciting to have something new and fresh to work with. And so we are just so excited about this. So just to recap last week really quickly, we had the sale last week. We had 2 sales last week, and they were amazing. The sale about the natural CBD was a huge surprise to all of us. And it was so much fun. I know a lot of people got orders. I see people commenting in the group and messaging me that they were getting lots of orders from the topicals and the 500 natural. And so it's just so exciting to get something like this that's unexpected and have it just really work for us and get lots of sales from it, lots of interaction with people. And so it really was an exciting week last week. And the challenge last week was to tell 20 people about the topicals promo with the face masks. But then we actually got a second sale on top of that. So it was even more fun and easier to reach out to people, because you weren't just reaching out about the topicals, you were reaching out about our oil as well. So a lot of people did really well. 20 was an easy number because you could be messaging past customers, past affiliates, customers that have had, or people that have had interest but haven't become customers yet. And then you could cold message people that you've never talked to as well. And so it was just a really easy challenge. It was a bit of work to get 20 in, but it was just great timing with the sale to be able to reach out to 20 people. And so just show of hands really quickly, who completed the challenge last week and reached out to 20 people about the sale. Awesome. Give me one sec. Billy Joe, if you're on here, yeah, if you could just start your video. So yeah, that was great interaction with people last week, the ATMs. Tammy and Aaron did a training. If you haven't watched that, you should go back and watch it because it's still relevant going forward. Tammy, just give us a quick recap on your training, what it was about.
We were just talking about how to get the numbers, the phone numbers of the people from your contact manager in your back office to the ATM. And Aaron screen shared, and so he was able to show us how to do that on a laptop, how to do that on a mobile. And if you weren't able to open 2 devices at once, he even showed you how to do that manually. So it's very, very helpful, breaks it down. And you know, if somebody else has already worked out the kinks, then why not let them work the kinks out for you?
Yeah, so that was perfect. And another little thing that we were talking about was adding people to the ATM group, but also at the same time, adding those people to your MDC app as well. And how much easier is it to do both things at once? So you don't have to go back and add a big list of people later on. So anybody that you're adding to the ATM group, you want to add to your app. Anybody that becomes a customer, you want to right away add them to your app. That way those people are being added and you don't have to go back and do it later. That way, when things come up like a sale or a promo and stuff like that, you can easily send information right from your app. So anybody have any difficulties this past week with the 20 people? or anything that they wanted to bring up that was relevant, anything that really worked well for you that you wanted to share? Come on, guys, it's Monday morning. We got to wake up.
One of the problems I had, I actually shared in the training that I did with Erin, and I got a lot of comments and interaction about that. And that was when I started reaching out and I realized that I had dropped the ball with follow-up, either not following up with how that product worked for them or just connecting with them as a person since I made that sale, that it brought up a lot of negative emotions, but I had to push through that because I realized that, okay, I did make a mistake because I didn't follow up for a whole year, but now I have time to make up for that. So don't let those negative emotions, whatever it is, a feeling of failure, a feeling of not being competent, you can't change the past, but right now you can start changing the future.
That's perfect. Yeah. And I could see that. I could see how a lot of people would feel that way when you're looking back at people that have ordered and you're like, should have followed up, haven't talked to this person. And, you want to keep that relationship going and you want to follow up with them now. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's a sale. So I'm suddenly going to talk again. So it's so important in between, to talk to people and just do even the happy birthdays that we talk about, or just say to people like, hey, how you doing? And don't make it about the business. So those weeks when we're not having a sale, it's always just important to do that. That way, when a sale comes up again, it's so much easier to connect with those people and tell them about the promo or the sale that's going on. So that was really good. So I'm going to draw a winner at the end of this Zoom. But right now, let's move on to the challenge this week, which is samples. And the challenge will be to get or to send 5 samples to 5 people. And really with this, you can use any of our samples, but what the PDF really concentrates on and what we're going to talk about is the oil. And it's great to get back to the oil. I feel we haven't been talking about it lately as much as we should because we have so many other products in our house of brands. So it's good to just get back to the basics, get back to the oil. We have the oil samples now, and we didn't have those for a while. So there's probably a lot of people out there that would love to try our oil, even if they're using another brand. This gives them the opportunity to try ours to see how pure it is and how good it tastes compared to a lot of the other ones out there. And, ours has a lot of value in those samples as well. So that's important to point out. Tammy, do you want to do a screen share for our PDF? And, if you're watching this, don't feel...
You have to enable screen sharing for me.
If you guys are watching this, don't feel that you have to take notes because this will be available in the group after the Zoom. So you can just pay attention and not worry about taking notes. How do I do that, Tammy? I forget.
It's in security.
I knew that.
I learned it from Erin.
That's what I was going to say. Erin's always telling me it's under security. Can you do it now?
Yep.
Yes. Here we go. All right. So once again, thank you so much, Tara Evelyn, for putting this together. It's very professional, very, very good job. Thank you so much from everyone on the team for doing this for us. All right. So this is just the start of the PDF. I'm just going to go over this quickly. Like I said, it will be in the group, so don't worry about taking notes. But basically, you're going to want to download the MDC app. Many of you probably already have it downloaded, but some of you don't. Create the offer for the sample, order the sample, and then follow up. So step 1, download the app. Step 2, create a post using FOMO marketing. Does anybody know what FOMO marketing is? Tammy, you want to give us a little...
Fear of missing out. If you put a sense of urgency, a sense of I'm running out of stock, people will pay more attention. So that's what it is. FOMO is fear of missing out.
Right. So yeah, you want to create a sense of urgency in your post. You want to let them know that you only have so many samples because people want something that they think might run out. Kind of like when we had our toilet paper situation the past year. And all of a sudden everybody was running to the stores to get toilet paper because they were so scared they were going to miss out and not have any and not get any. So it's the same sort of thing. So you really want to make sure that you use the correct wording for this. There will be a example for you that I'm going to put in the group, but you can feel free to change that up. You just always want to be careful of what wording you use on Facebook as well. I've found lately that samples can get flagged. So sometimes we'll say instead like trial packs or, some different
Samplers.
wording like that. So good things to say are these are going to go fast. PM me to claim yours now. I only have 5 available. Snag one before they're gone. Time is running out. Don't miss this offer. So yeah, along with these, just be, think about Facebook when you post these, and try to use words so that Facebook doesn't know that you're selling anything.
I know we're going to go into this in a minute, but these can be for free, or you can charge your customers for this. But if you do decide to offer the samples for free, don't put free in your description because you'll get flagged by Facebook.
Mm-hmm. So here's just an example of a post. Like I said, you can change it up. You don't have to copy this down. This will be in the group as well, but just these will go fast. 8 bottles left for the CBD samples. See what all the fuss is about. You pay only my cost to try it out. Or you could say like, it's not going to cost you anything to try it out if you're giving them away for free. So that's one part you would want to switch that up depending on if you're charging people or if you're giving these away. Includes strawberry guava, peppermint, and natural. The natural is safe for pets too. And then there's just a few bullet points there. Like I said, you can use those. Feel free to change them up. But the important thing is, that expression of these will go fast, that these will run out. And limiting the offers, that people are like, oh my gosh, she only has 8, I better grab one. Now you can sell as many samples as you want or give as many away. You might decide you're going to sell 50 samples or 100 samples. That's okay. But on your public post, you're going to limit the offer so that people think you only have so many and that you're going to run out and that they better grab one quick.
Right.
Oh, this is one of the biggest things, not just with samples, but any post you do on Facebook. Photos matter. That picture is worth 1,000 words, as they say. It's either going to stop the scroll on Facebook, or people are just going to keep going past it. Now, one of the things that will stop the scroll on Facebook is your face.
Yes.
Everybody wants to see your smiling face. And I want to stress that smiling face when you're on Facebook. And so if you have samples on hand, the best thing you can do for this is to get that sample pack in your hand, get that smiling face, and take a selfie. And that's what you're going to post with the words. That is what will stop the scroll. When people are going through their newsfeed, they will notice it. Another idea, Courtney, do you want to show us another idea that you had if people don't have that? I don't have a sample pack, so I'm using Notepad right now, but a lot of people don't have the oil sample pack on them. So what's another idea for posting that selfie?
Sure, I don't have a sample pack either. I have all full bottles. So what you could do is not have the bottle in, but use the same wording and then just hold up your dropper by your smiling face and, take a selfie with your dropper, so that, you still it still shows the oil and you're letting people know that it's available. But if you don't have the samples, then, you can still show that you have the oil and still show your smiling face instead of using, a generic photo.
Right. So just remember that, guys, if you're doing it that way, don't show the bottle in the picture, because we don't want people to think you're giving away full-size bottles. Just show the dropper with the oil in it. And that's what you want to do there. If you are holding up a sample pack, you want to be creative and have your fingers, part of your hand, cover the HempWorks. We don't want people just Googling and going elsewhere, especially if you have a limited number. We don't want them to think, well, I'll just go buy them somewhere else where they don't have a limited number of samples. So you want to cover the wording of the company so that people don't just go and Google. People want to come to you. If you don't have, if you're not able to do a selfie, that's okay. We're going to add some pictures in the group that Tara took that you can use as well. But it's always better to use your own unique photo if possible. So another thing you want to do is, okay, that's great. You posted, you have 8 samples. What if somebody sees it after a few hours? you want them to know that these samples are going fast, like you said. So you want to go back, you want to edit that post, because you want that FOMO, fear of missing out. And you want people to see that they are disappearing. People are getting them. So you can go back and you can click update on your post. I only have 4 samples left now, or you might do, I have 6 samples left now. You want to start ticking down that number so that if people see it at first, they're like, you know, I don't know. And then later they're like, oh my gosh, she only has a couple left. I better grab them. So you want to go back and keep putting update at the top of your post and putting a new line that says, I only have so many left now. And you're going to start saying less and less each time. You also want to make sure that you go into the comments and you answer anybody that comments on your post. That's going to help it be seen more. We'll do a juicing post in Success. So anybody that has posted this post today will be able to participate in that. But when you're juicing, you want to make sure that you don't sound like a customer. You don't want to try to claim the samples either. You want to come across as an affiliate. So you would want to say something like, I just love the strawberry guava flavor. It's one of my favorite. That would be okay to say. Or something like, I just love how they've included the natural for pets, so the pets can try it too. That would be something that's okay to say. You don't want to come across, and you want to just scroll down to the next slide, Tammy. You don't want to come across as somebody that's trying to impersonate, you know, being a customer or a prospect, because we are affiliates. So we always want to comment something else. So that if somebody does go and check us out and sees we're an affiliate, it's okay that we commented that we love the peppermint flavor. We're not trying to claim the sample offer. So yeah, this is just so very important. You can sell as many samples as you want through private messenger. So even though you only said you have 8, like I said, you can sell 50 or you can give away 50, whichever way you choose to do it. We're just putting a limit on it on the public post. But when people message you, you don't want to say, I actually have 50. You don't want to say that either. You know, you want that sense of urgency, like you only have so many. People are going to fear missing out if they don't order one right away. And that's why this type of marketing works so well. So we have a few examples of people messaging. So this was, I messaged Tara just to give you guys an example. Hey, Tara, am I too late to grab one of the samples you posted about? I saw you only had a few left. So she gives an example of what she would say back to somebody if she's charging for the sample. There's a couple of ways that you can collect payment from people. You could do like Facebook Messenger, PayPal, Venmo. It's all up to you how you want to collect that payment. Yes, and very important to end anything like that with a question so that they come back.
Right.
So then you're going to go through ordering the sample. I'm not going to do any kind of directions on this because there is a video provided. There's actually a couple, Erin and I have done a couple in the group about ordering samples and how to do it. And then the company has one as well. And the link will be provided for that. Just remember, you want to buy your samples through your app. But like I said, there's tons of information on this if you're not sure how to do it. So I'm not going to go over that right now. And then the last step that's so very important is adding everybody, whether they end up getting a sample or not, but adding everybody to that ATM group. It's just such a powerful group with testimonies in it. And, you know, that's really what sells the product in the end, is the testimonies and people seeing that there's some hope that this product would help with whatever condition that they have. So that is just one of the most important steps, is to add everybody to that ATM group that you talk to. So these are just a couple more scripts that you can use to talk to people to give you the idea. But in this PDF, like I said, will be available in the group after this. So
Barb,
just
can I add something? So on this page right here, it says we've taken the guesswork out of following up. As you know, our MDC Genius app has an incredible follow-up program, but did you know that you could also write out notes about each prospect? So you can say, I added them to the ATM and I tagged them with such and such, so that when you do follow up later on, you can see everything that you've done with that customer. It's really important.
And following up is so important. You know, if you're taking the time to use these samples for your business, you want to make sure you follow up with people to make sure they actually started taking them, because some people will get something like that and they'll throw it in the cupboard and forget about it. So you want to make sure they're actually taking the product, that they're taking it as they should, that they're seeing some results from it. It might not be with the specific issue that they ordered it for, but they might notice that they slept better the first night, or that they're, moving around a little bit better. It really depends on the person. So just remember that even though they purchased that sample hoping it would help with one thing, they might find it helps with some other things at first. And so it's important to connect with people and make sure that they are, feeling the good benefits of the CBD, no matter what those benefits are. So yeah, we can go into more detail throughout the week on these, but it's a good system to use for samples. Our sample system is fantastic by itself, but using this method of posting, creating that FOMO, and then using our ATM groups to leverage those testimonies, all of that put together is just, it's a great way to build your business. Anita, do you have anything you wanted to add?
I was just going to say, I don't remember the statistics, but the samples, what is it, like 93% of the people, I believe it is, that you send samples to do purchase. And so that is huge, and creating the fear of loss. I mean, I don't want to miss out. I mean, so when you put that into me, I don't want to miss that out at all. And so, and I think back early on when Twintera and her partner created this, they added lots and lots of people. So this is not a system that we're going to think about and see if this might work. This is a proven system that absolutely works if we do the work. So I feel like that's very, very important because this is network marketing. So we need to do the work and get those samples out, because when you have a percentage like 93% will purchase from you, that's huge. So I'm excited about this, and we can do not only the tinctures, but we can also do the coffee and the shampoo. If the person that you're talking to, you kind of know what their level of interest is, so you can always do those other samples. So I'm excited about that this week. Thanks, Barb.
And that's the thing, like, we want to keep working these challenges each week. And so this week you might do the oil, and next week you might do the coffee. You could do both this week. There's the hair care, there's the Mantra Sense. It's all up to you what you want to do with this. But this is just a really good guideline. Just show of hands really quick. Who has ever sent out a sample to anybody, at least one sample?
Oh, yay.
So pretty much everybody on here, but I know there's lots of people in the group. There's lots of new people as well that haven't used our sample program yet. And so this is a great opportunity to do that. And if you're having any trouble with the samples, it's just a great time to get with your upline or get in the group and ask questions. Make sure you have it figured out. And like Anita said, this is a proven system. This is not, let's see how this works this week, guys. This is a proven system. People are getting sales from samples. Where is Erin? If I can pick on Erin for a minute. I know
Tara has her hand raised.
Oh, I'll pick on you next, Erin, because I know you have a good story about the samples. Go ahead, Tara.
Yeah. Oh, I hope you guys can hear me because my internet's so in and out. But I just want to say, Anita's right. This is proven. The sample posts you guys see, the screenshots that are in the PDF were my actual post. We did have to tweak them a little or cover up some stuff because some stuff's not compliant anymore because it was years ago. But it's how I built my business. It's how I ranked up, and it's how I got so many customers that I still have to this day. And I think Anita's statistic is very scary, close, because I would say out of every 8 that I sent out, maybe 1 or 2 would not order. And that was just because maybe they didn't take it. They got it for whatever reason, didn't take it. But I didn't have, any of the fancy stuff on the back end either. So, this is a whole new level. So with these steps, actually written in place, do this, 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 and this with these scripts, I feel like this could be really successful for a lot of people. So yeah, I hope it works out good. I do want to say thank you to Tammy, Courtney, Barb, thank you guys for helping me with it. I bounced a lot of ideas off of Tammy, and Courtney helped me with my health, and you know, Barb's always there. So it definitely wasn't just me. Thank you guys. It was a team effort.
It was awesome. It came together really well. So it was really, really good effort. Aaron, tell us about your sample story. We want to hear about that.
I think I know the one you're talking about, but I want to thank Tara. That slideshow is amazing. It's amazing. I like the visual. I love it. Love it. Love it. I think you're talking about the sample deal with the hair care. I offered samples, did something similar to what we're doing this week, and I got a gal to say that she wanted to try the shampoo and conditioner. Well, I sent her a sample. She ghosted me like 3 different times. Like I reached out. It's like the 3rd or 4th time, and she finally said, "Oh, thank you. I've been so busy. Thank you for staying on me." Did you hear me? Thank you for staying on me. So she ended up buying 5 sets of shampoo and conditioner, full bottles. She bought an executive pack. She bought some dog stuff. So she bought 8 products, and all because I offered the sample, but I followed up like it was my job, and I did it knowing that I was helping her by reminding her. Too many times we think we're bugging people. You're not bugging people. If you feel like you're bugging people, well, then you're coming from the wrong headspace. So you got to offer the sample. You got to follow up, make sure they get the sample, and make sure that they're using it. If you don't do those 3 steps, you're throwing your money away, or you're wasting their money. So however you want to look at it.
Great point.
Lisa, I see you have your hand up.
Good morning. Hey, question on the CBD oil samples. Are those only US
Yes.
on the oil? Okay. All right. I just want to make sure because I got affiliates in other countries and things like that. So I want to make sure that I can specify.
Always remember, Lisa, that just because you're in another country, like say Canada, doesn't mean that you can't sell or give away samples to people in the US. So
I got
can
that.
say,
I
I can say that
I just want to make sure I'm
I
not
know, but
off
I want to say it for everybody else out there listening right now, because I know you got it. But I want to say it for everybody else out there listening right now that I've probably sent out more samples than most people on this team, and I'm in Canada. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, well, I don't live in the US, so I'm out. I mean, that's an easy way to give up. But if you're really promoting this business, if you're looking to make money here, grow a team, you really have to remember that this is a global company. You can't just, stay stuck. If I just stayed stuck in my country and said, oh, well, all I have to offer here is nutritional sprays, I would not be a super affiliate. I probably wouldn't be ranked at all. And so it would just be very difficult for me to only promote to people in Canada. So you always have to remember that if you're watching this and you're like, well, I'm out this week because I'm not in the US. I'm not counting myself out this week. I'm going to be sending out samples and I'll be doing more than 5. So just remember that.
Awesome.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, thank
Go ahead, Aaron.
What a great way to make a friend in the US. I mean, if let's say the samples were only in Canada or only in Germany, I would find my 5 or 6 people. I don't know a lot of people in Germany, but if I know 6 people in Germany, I'm going to reach out to those 6 people and offer a free sample. So what a great way to make a connection when you're offering free stuff.
Exactly. Very good point. Anybody else have any questions for this week? Raise your hand if you do. Oh, am I missing? Oh, here we go. I always forget to look in this corner. Esther, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hi. I wanted to bring up what I was doing this week and the few days before that with the book, first of all, shared to me by Tara Eveland. Thank you, Tara. I'm writing stuff down, guys, which I hadn't done before. This really, really has helped me follow up and showed me what I've been doing with my people. I sent out 55 reminders about the cream and the oils that we had. I've got 6 sales and 1 affiliate out of it.
That's awesome.
Thank you. This really works too.
So people are going to ask you what the name of that book is.
And I've got the answer. The High Achievers Annual Playbook. It's great.
And where do you get that at?
We ordered it online and I would have to go in there and find out where exactly. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I can message anybody that wants to find out, or I can
Okay.
tell you and you can put it in Success Team somewhere.
Okay, so if anybody's interested, yeah, just ask Esther, or maybe you can put the link under the live stream video of this in Success.
And we also did go in as it's a buy two, get one free. So me and 2 other people went in to get it so we could get even a better discount on the book.
Oh, that's a great idea. Very good. Thanks for sharing. That was an incredible week for you last week.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing that. I love hearing these success stories. And so just to recap, if nobody has any other questions about this week, and don't forget, we'll be on Thursday morning as well, going over all of this, but you really want to start this as soon as possible. You want to get 5 people, you want to send 5 samples to 5 people this week to be included in the challenge for the giveaway. I'm going to do a juice post later today. You can use that all week. I did one last week and I noticed people posted on it the first day, but then like the next day people would say, oh, I posted a new post, and they use the same juice post. So you can do that as well. And you just want to make sure that you hit those important points that are on the PDF. So using that FOMO method, you want to make sure that you say how many you have. You want to create a number. You don't want to just say I have samples, because people are like, well, I can get those anytime. You want to specify a number. So 8, I have 8 samples. And then you want to make sure you go back and edit that post and do updates, like update. I only have 6 left. I only have 4 left. I only have 2 left. I have 1 left. And just to remember, you can give away as many as you want. It doesn't have to be that number, or sell them. And just to make that clear too, some people give away their samples. I gave away all of my samples. I didn't charge anybody for any of them. I think Erin did the same thing, but it's okay to charge people for samples too. I wouldn't charge them more than your cost. And that's what the post says as well, is you can get them for my cost. So we're not like making money off the samples, but you're getting your money back so that you're able, or you're in a position to keep giving samples out or selling samples that way. Because if you can only afford, say, to give away 5 samples, and then you're like, well, that's the end. You don't want to be in that position either. So if you can't afford to give them away, charge people what it costs for you to get them. And then that way you're able to do an unlimited amount. So don't be scared to charge for them. If you have to, it is perfectly okay to do that. Carissa?
Good morning. Sometimes too, if you charge somebody for it, they have a vested interest in it instead of just you giving it away. Because a lot of times if you just give something away, they don't value its importance.
Yes.
So just kind of pick and choose who you give them to. I mean, if it's the people who you know is going to try it, then obviously, I give them away. But there's some people who just want something for free. So.
And that's so true. And I've had some people, every time I post about different samples, they want to try a sample, but they never buy anything. And so I'm like, I don't think I'm going to keep sending them free samples, because they just don't see the value. They're just looking for something free, whatever it is. And that's when you kind of get into, if somebody gets something for free and they don't see the value, they will just throw it up in the cupboard and never even try it. Sometimes half the battle of the sample program is just getting people to actually try the product. And so if they have to pay for it, a lot of the time they're going to try it faster than if they got it for free, because they want to get their money out of that sample.
Another thing that I did too is that I will give the first one free. And if they're like I want to sample the hair care now, I want to sample the coffee now. It's like, okay, I'll give you one for free. And then after that, you can pay for them.
Yes, exactly. Courtney, did you have your hand up?
I do. I have a question, and it's if you're going to charge for them, would you recommend calling it a trial size instead of a sample? Because people automatically associate free with sample, and then they might feel ripped off. Or would you just cover it with sample?
It's true. I would not use the word sample because people do look at the word sample as something that they get for free. And sometimes people get a little irritated with you if you try and charge them for a sample. The other thing with the word sample is that Facebook will usually flag you for using words like sample or offer or the word free. So we want to try and get around that. And, you know, people are using like different emojis and stuff like that to try, like same as the word CBD, we kind of put the little green tree thing, plant thing in between the letters CBD because Facebook will recognize the word CBD as well and flag your post. So we really want to be careful of what we say. And that's why even the word sale last week, I was like, you know, don't use the word sale because Facebook is going to squash you on that one. But if you notice nobody is commenting on your post or nobody's seeing your stuff, you might have to go back and look at the wording you're using. If you post something and Facebook is like, oh, this is a marketplace thing, and they won't even let you change it, that's another clear indicator that you have used the wrong wording and you should delete that post and reword it with different wording so that it's just a regular post and not a marketplace post. Because once you get in trouble with Facebook, it is really hard to get clear again and get people seeing your stuff again. So just be really aware of that. Look at what other people are posting, and if it's flagged as marketplace, just delete it and start over and change your wording up so that you're not using any of those salesy kind of words in your post. So I think we've covered everything. You will see the stuff that we talked about today, the PDF that Tara did, the picture she took, all of that I'm going to put in the group shortly. It'll be in Guide 8. Guide 8 is already, and guides are, in case anybody didn't see this yet, they used to be units. They're now called guides. So Guide 8 is our sample guide, and there's already a few videos in there. There's a couple that Erin and I did. There's a couple from the company. That YouTube link is in there for the company training on the samples. So you can look at all of that, and I will add the PDF there. And gosh, I almost forgot we still have a winner.
Yes.
What are you giving away?
So yeah, just to finalize that, 5 samples to 5 different people this week will get you in the giveaway at the end of the week. So our winner, I just used the name picker ninja before we get on here, and I thought I saw her on here. Aretta, are
She
you
is.
still on here? You are our winner this week. So congratulations to you. The prize is $50 credit wallet, so you can choose to do with that whatever you want. Every week it is going to be a different prize. So the end of this week will be something different. And so if you have any questions, put them under this video in the group. But we will wrap it up here, and we'll all meet again on Thursday. Don't forget Thursday to let your team know to jump on the Zoom. We'll kind of recap what we've already been working on and share what's working with the sample program here. And all right, guys, happy Monday. And I look forward to seeing you later in the week. See you later.
Thanks, Barb. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.